The pace of contemporary big city life dictates its own set of hard rules. The environment for a modern-day resident is akin to living in a stony jungle, where stress from noise and other adverse factors has a significant negative impact upon the quality of life and the effectiveness of us all, subjecting us to a continuous endurance test. Big city inhabitants suffer from significant psychological and physical tension and have no chance to recuperate from constantly draining energy levels, exhausting resources of the body. Every day we interact with numerous people in a confined space and are exposed to not only viral and bacterial infections, but also the debilitating effects of electromagnetic radiation. Conventional health protecting devices fail to resolve the complex issues inflicting city residents. However, life continually moves forward. In the contemporary world, new innovative diagnostic and curative methodology is gaining significant attention. One of the most popular trends focuses on the utilization of bioresonance therapy in the hands of healthcare professionals, delivering unrivaled results. The methodology has been gaining ground throughout the world, helping thousands of people to overcome ailments, restore health, happiness, and full mobility. Bioresonance technology is relatively new to the healthcare industry. The term was only incorporated into our vocabulary about 40 years ago. That is a relatively short period of time for a medical process. Two professionals originated the method, one of them a doctor and the second an engineer. Bioresonance therapy technology came into existence at the junction between medicine and engineering, the essence of which can be explained in a few words. Basically, bioresonance therapy is of two types, exogenous and endogenous. Exogenous bioresonance therapy assumes we are affected by some kind of field or electromagnetic oscillation, reproducing the internal frequency characteristics needed for regulating the body's physiological processes. It is well known that our cells generate electromagnetic oscillations, and each organ has its own specific frequency spectrum, and they are completely synchronized with each other. In this way, links are created between organs and systems. Everything is well regulated, and it is the electromagnetic field that unites them. It exists around every living object. And it is in this field the processes occur that trigger the physiological response, phenomena. Blood circulation, digestion, and many other body functions are automatic. They occur involuntarily, and we have no control of them. The maximum that we can control in our life is to hold or speed up our breathing, and the rest happens without volition. We have little comprehension about what makes us alive. Although life is a highly complex and well-structured system, science has long pondered the processes by which it operates and sustains our lives. Science began to investigate how physical regulation operates, as chemical regulation compared with physical regulation is a slower process. We understand this to be metabolism. Besides metabolism, we have energy and information exchange by means of electromagnetic signals. These multiple electromagnetic signals form a common field in which they interact at near instantaneous speed, and so sustain our life, breath, and consciousness. For almost 100 years, we have been able to reference a list of frequency response characteristics that were established for each individual organ and the body as a whole. The list was drawn up by a number of prominent German scientists, of which Dr. Voll was the most renowned. He infused Eastern philosophy into Western thinking about matters of health, while studying the response of different organs and body functions to various frequencies. He created the frequency database which we use in our rhythm device, and by application of these frequencies on weak or dysfunctional organs, we restore their vitality and healthy operation. This is exogenous bioresonance therapy. There is also endogenous bioresonance therapy. With this therapy, nothing is applied to the body. Instead, we use the electromagnetic oscillations generated by our body, cells, organs, and systems. That is, the treatment with natural frequencies and without external intervention. With this method, there are no restrictions or contraindications. This multipurpose method can be utilized at any time for young or old without any restriction to treat any disorder, including fever, pain, an allergic reaction, and also any commonly known chronic condition. What is the nature of endogenous bioresonance therapy? The core concept is that our cells generate electromagnetic waves and have specific frequency response characteristics. They radiate to the surface of our body, and we can take measurements at specific points or zones. For example, the thumbs or toes, as is common in traditional bioresonance therapy. Then we can gather information about the 4 quadrants: upper body right and left, and lower body right and left. These 4 quadrants that sum up and integrate all of the electromagnetic oscillations from the different systems and body parts. Ideally, they should be close to each other and be symmetric. However, total symmetry does not exist in any living organism. But, of course, there should be a reasonable balance. And when inflammation is formed in our body, or degeneration, dystrophy, or other disease is present, accordingly, electric indicators start changing in these areas, in these quadrants. If you measure these figures, they will considerably differ from each other. This, for example, can be illustrative of inflammation. High or undersized figures occur in case of long-lasting dystrophic process, showing fading of electromagnetic oscillations and severe problems in intercellular exchange and/or functioning these or those organs of the system. The task is to balance these indicators. Bioresonance technology exactly fulfills this function perfectly. Third millennium is marked by incredible technological breakthroughs, including healthcare and rehabilitation. The new dimensions and depth of the existing processes become unveiled to mankind. One of the international champions in the design and manufacture of bioresonance devices is the Deta-Elis holding company. It has designed a revolutionary portable device for domestic therapeutic use of bioresonance technology. Despite its relative youth and thanks to its unique strength, bioresonance is being integrated into different spheres of human life. The newest device of DE Holding is obviously technological revolution for health maintenance support. It makes a sophisticated and complex process available to all. The new portable device, which we now have available, is meant for taking computerized readings in these 4 areas: right hand, right leg, left leg, and corresponding averaging of the readings on the principle of energy flow from greater reading to smaller one. The same as water flows downwards, energy also flows from greater to smaller. This is the energy natural flow. Yes, there is no term energy in traditional medicine, but in physics and radio engineering, it has long been accepted. This vital energy that flows down certain channels and meridians maintains operation of organs and systems. This energy is actually the living base. That is why we use such terms. And the task of endogenous bioresonance technology is to align and balance fluctuations between parts of a body.
Сегодня все больше людей по всему миру
Today,
стараются
more and more people around the world take serious responsibility for their health and lifestyle. Nevertheless, the constant impact of negative environmental factors routinely subjects the body to damage and disharmony, leading to psychological and physical instability, adversely affecting vitality. In order to maintain a positive and flexible attitude to life, one must take particular care of mental and physical well-being. Regular use of DeVita BRT device eliminates the effects of negative external factors, normalizing and stimulating the natural healing process in the body, bringing the body back into harmony. Traditional bioresonance therapeutic technology was created more than 50 years ago in Germany. In 1977, Eric Rasch and Franz Morel are the two scientists who introduced the term bioresonance technology to the world. What makes this technology unique is that it operates only with oscillations of a patient. There are no other impacts in a patient's body when the technology is ongoing. Not even super weak electromagnetic current or electromagnetic field. There is no outside influence. We use only inherent oscillations of a patient, and they are harmonious and disharmonious.
Колебания гармонические, они, как правило,
Harmonious oscillations refer to a healthy human body. These are good, useful oscillations for the body. Disharmonious oscillations are pathologic oscillations. They make harm to our health and body.
улучшают наш организм.
Harmonious oscillations are known from school-time physics. As an example of such oscillations, we can imagine any sine or cosine graph. In other words, these are ordinary sinusoids or cosinusoids that are extremely symmetrical, extremely accurate, and beautiful.
Очень симметричны.
Disharmonious oscillations are not periodic. They are like noise. The nearer they are to noise, the bigger the abnormality is in a body. The worse the illness is in a human body.
Гармоничные и дисгармоничные явления
Harmonious
окружают
and
нас повсюду.
disharmonious phenomena are everywhere around us. A vivid example of a harmonic phenomenon is a musical composition, composed in accordance with harmonic rules. The sounds are organically matched to each other. They have an extremely positive influence on mentality and emotional state of a human being. It's not the case when we talk about urban noise, where the sound assortment has chaotic random character and has a destructive impact on the emotional well-being, contributing to stress accumulation, which results in multiple violations and problems in a body. When combined with each other, all these factors are destructive to our health, mood, well-being, and as a result, happiness and life satisfaction. Any pathogenic influences that are present in a human body, these can be toxins and pathogenic flora and fauna. That is, all those infections that are present in a human body. These can also be any inflammatory, long-lasting processes. All of the above are disharmony for our body. This therapeutic technology handles these negative factors using inversion.
Инверсия – это, грубо
Roughly
говоря,
speaking,
переворот
inversion is a takeover into discordant phase. Conversion or setting to zero of pathogenic electromagnetic oscillations in case if there is ill-being process in this or that part of a body. So to say, I'm not talking about multiple illnesses or diagnosis. I'm just talking about disorder of physiological processes and shift to pathology. It is when mutilated oscillations appear in a human body, along with healthy oscillations. In other words, disharmonious frequencies appear.
дисгармоничные частоты.
All this total flow goes from active electrode to dispersive one.
Поступает, с электродов.
When we hold two manual electrodes in our hands, while placing the feet on the foot electrodes,
На этой основе мы определяем, разделяем.
on this basis we can determine which vibrations require strengthening and which ones need canceling.
Нужно убрать.
We disregard the harmonious vibrations and do nothing with them. Sometimes we can even clean them up a little and strengthen any disharmonious vibrations that we identify that are inverted. And after inversion, by the device, they are returned to the person. The device output is the sum total, in other words, aggregate signal. For example, let's say we found negative vibrations. We've inverted them, and they became the corresponding positive vibrations. And as a result, the sum total signal output is close to zero. Thus, we level and clean the pathological component. Inside the device is a special semiconductor that intelligently computes the output divided into two streams. Harmonious physiological vibrations pass unchanged and are returned to the patient's body, while the pathological vibrations are inverted, in other words, zeroed out, being technically eliminated. Thus, by means of bioresonance therapy, we can suppress any inflammatory, degenerative, and dystrophic conditions that distort the synchronization of our vibrations and strengthen, or at least return, our own healthy vibrations back into the body. We process the person's data in its entirety. This is a great advantage of this therapy, because we do not spend a great deal of time diagnosing and determining why we have pain and what is the cause of the ailment. We do not need to correlate the organs with the systems. For example, backache may be caused by a problem with the liver or with the kidneys. This means we do not have to consider the origin of the ailment that presently concerns us. We utilize bioresonance therapy to harmonize the functionality of our body by means of its own vibrational activity. This, as we see it, is the greatest advantageous feature of this therapy. And actually, because of this distinctive feature, the therapy is generally underutilized. Because to produce a device that can accurately process the subtle frequency characteristics of the human organism without introducing any additional vibrational elements would be extremely difficult to resolve within an electronic technology. That is why, for over 50 years, there are very few companies that have developed this methodology. In Germany, this methodology is widespread, but limited to specialist medical centers with highly trained doctors. In Germany, due to its uniqueness, this therapeutic method is very expensive, and also the equipment is very costly to purchase. To the best of our knowledge, bioresonance therapy equipment in Germany costs from around 70,000 euro, and the cost of a single session, depending on the qualifications of the doctor and the scope of services rendered, ranges from 150 to 500 euros. The primary benefit of bioresonance therapy is its versatility. It is suitable for all, children, adults, elderly, for anyone. It has absolutely no contraindications and an extremely high efficiency. This health treatment methodology is unique and especially relevant today. DeVita BRT can be used for the very young, improving the health of the child and helping him or her to cope with the numerous environmental challenges. Thanks to DeVita BRT, there is constant support and strengthening of the immunity, enabling the child to avoid sickness, stay strong, and be active. Conversely, in the case of illness, bioresonance therapy will greatly assist the body to fight the disease and ensure a rapid and painless recovery. It is becoming more and more relevant today because different types of antibiotic and other means of treatment transform both viruses and bacteria. Viruses, in particular, mutate considerably, and neither one nor the other approach provides effective treatment. Even if one fully understands the frequency in that specific frequency range, the frequencies which a particular virus has, then anyway, some type of mutation will occur. It means that there will be new frequencies that arise on the old ones. Our device continues to work effectively because the key code of the infection, the fundamental frequency signature, is preserved. The impact of the program itself may be weaker than usual. Therefore, you may have to have more than 5 to 7 therapy sessions. Maybe the necessity for a longer application time to overcome the illness, to cope with the virus by means of strengthening the immune system and not by direct destruction of the virus. When working with DeVita BRT, the healing process is very rapid. We can instantly eliminate the activity of the virus, bacteria, or any other negative process existing in the human body. It should be clear that while the process is still running, the removal of swelling and relief from inflammation will take a little longer. It will not occur in an hour or two. But the very fact that we remove the negative process, while with DeVita AP, we destroy it. With DeVita BRT, we do not destroy, but deactivate. Therefore, we eliminate the problem. Providing the person has a normal, healthy immune system, then the natural immunity will accomplish the healing process. This will even provide long-term benefits because the remains of the inactive virus yield information that is recorded by our lymphocytes. That is, our immune system, the thymus gland and lymphocytes, will remember this information. And in the case of a secondary infection, our immune system will already know how to deal with it, and that this is really a pathogenic infection. By helping us to cope with a wide range of pathological processes and common disorders, this device will find a place in the life of all of us. DeVita BRT has been produced by our company for more than 20 years. During this period, we have amassed a massive amount of statistical data about the application of this therapy. Before the advent of DeVita AP, the only way we could prevent or deal with such trivial infections, such as Staphylococcus streptococcal, that is, the only chance to avoid sickness from flu or colds and recover, was by the use of quarantine. If you recall, a long time ago, when my son was a small boy in the kindergarten, there was a chickenpox quarantine. We managed to deal with the chickenpox in just 2 sessions. Despite the lengthy quarantine, children were severely ill. My child had a temperature for just 2 hours, after which the fever had gone. Then I kept him at home, but already healthy. For any such diseases, it is a great way to provide a cure. In medical practice, our company is used by physicians for any primary diagnosis, even for the seriously ill patients, with seriously ill only at the request of the doctor. In the year 2000, we had such a request. The doctor came and said that he had very critically ill patients and that he needed to come up with a treatment to help them. That was precisely when integrated therapy was born. When we turn on DeVita Rhythm directly with the DeVita BRT to quickly regenerate the reserves of the human body, in other words, restore energy, from the statistics we have, within 7 days, a person with a very low latent energy will be restored to normal. This is a rather short period for people like our doctors to proclaim a person apparently healthy. That is, the people who do not have any serious chronic disease. DeVita BRT provides very quick replenishment of latent energy, wet, tired, stressed. Administer bioresonance to yourself in the evening, and in the morning you will feel fully restored. It is common for many to feel fatigued and unwell in the evening without understanding what is wrong with them. 1 session of bioresonance in the evening, and by the morning you have forgotten about the problem you had.
подход или этот
The methodology
прибор,
with this
этот
device
метод,
has
он,
no
как
restrictions.
ограниченный
Any person can use it routinely as the sole means for restoring health in conjunction with other well-known therapeutic and preventative approaches. It can be used alongside herbs, medicines, and a healthy lifestyle, with physical exercise, sauna, homeopathy, with any physical, psychological, psychotherapeutic methods, with anything. Conventional healthcare mainly uses chemical methods of regulation. Bioresonance is purely physical because it works with energy, vibrations, and the frequency characteristics of our own body. Therefore, it can be utilized in a very wide range of cases, and numerous times it has demonstrated its efficiency and performance to me. For example, to remove an allergic reaction, the procedure takes just 20 minutes. That is 5 minutes for each quadrant: hand-hand, hand-foot, foot-foot, and foot-hand. That is, our energy moves in this closed cycle, a square, by using this pattern, from larger to smaller. In this way, electrical conductivity in the body is improved, the signals are balanced, and the person feels much better. If the patient suffers with fever, headache, or cold, any inflammation subsides fairly quickly and reliably, but the effect of it lasts only 5 to 6 days. Therefore, this procedure should be repeated until full recovery has been achieved.
Спорт и фитнес являются
Sport and
неотъемлемыми
fitness
атрибутами
are an
успешных
integral
людей.
part of the lives of successful people of the new generation. Strength, health, and beauty are desirable attributes in the modern world, and one could speculate that this is not merely a trend, but a necessity. Combined therapy is well suited for active people who enjoy exercise. Regular exercise exposes the body to stress, and the body moves into a catabolic state. Destructive processes followed by muscle hypertrophy in order to recover from overload and get positive results without exhausting nervous and endocrine systems. It is extremely important to pay attention to restorative procedures, removing the stress after training, and establishing the work of the body. Bioresonance technology is an indispensable tool for any athlete in this situation. Exogenous bioresonance therapy devices prepare muscles for stress, vitalizing the athlete and energizing him. As a result, the workout is more efficient with less stress and tiredness, which is characteristic for most people after a hard day's work. Specialized programs help to increase the activity by reduction of the breaks between sets. This generally increases the anabolic effect of the exercise regime, allowing the practitioner to maintain drive and a positive mindset after training, and then administering special recovery programs on the DeVita Rhythm device and conducting a session of endogenous bioresonance therapy on a DeVita BRT device will significantly accelerate the regeneration processes, relieve discomfort, and ease muscle pain. The combination of these recovery methods, together with a well-built power and daily workout regime, allowing anyone to achieve much greater results, muscle mass, definition, and tone. What we wanted to achieve with the development of this methodology, or as we say, biocorrection, because it rectifies faults in the functioning of our organism, was that we wanted it to be available to the general public for home use. In this respect, DeVita RT is absolutely unique. For the first time in the world, we made a device available for biocorrection in the domestic environment. We harmonize the body by strengthening positive frequency oscillations and eliminate the negative oscillations. The only requirement we have is that the patient's organism must not be completely weakened. It is possible to rectify a person's biofield providing that person's latent energy level is greater than 0, and providing the frequencies that will enable a person to recover are present. If the body's energy levels are severely depleted and the patient is already very seriously ill, then of course the effectiveness of BRT DeVita is greatly reduced. And in this case, we would recommend to use it alongside DeVita BRT because combined therapy is much more effective in this particular situation.
Фактически, вот
In
этот
fact,
метод
endogenous bioresonance therapy combined with exogenous bioresonance therapy provides superior results. And for those who have an open mind about new and safe ways to improve health, without the use of conventional medicines, it is obviously a blessing. The range of frequencies being processed by DeVita BRT, compared with the very first versions of the device, has increased significantly, and we can now say that we not only deal with a patient at the level of the physical body, but also at the psychosomatic level. Therefore, besides the fact that bioresonance helps us to strengthen our body's health and metabolism, it also overcomes a major problem many experience today, that of accumulated stress. By the use of combined therapy, a person can improve both their physical condition and emotional state, harmonizing and balancing the organism at all levels.
БРТ
I
нужен
can tell
всем.
you, in all honesty, that I believe DeVita BRT is a necessity for everyone. It is essential to determine the stages at which the device can be used, because we position it as the instrument for wellness. Therefore, its principal function is not to treat somebody's illness, but it is to support wellness. That means that it should be used at the stage prior to the onset of illness. Let's say a person feels poorly, maybe even only slightly, and this person uses the device. Eventually, they will help themselves to eliminate a health problem and achieve a positive result without any side effects.
это, конечно, устройство
This device
не
is the
для
obvious choice of persons with a higher level of consciousness, because it is not so simple to comprehend how it functions or why it is effective, useful, safe, and easy to operate. And also because international pharmaceutical companies and the mass media have been brainwashing us for a long while. Only more technically sophisticated people in our society comprehend the fundamental concepts behind improving their physical health.
либо у физиотерапевтов, либо у
Together with professional physiotherapists and individuals interested in Oriental medicine. But unfortunately, it is not for the masses.
резонансной терапии.
This methodology is solely for well-informed and progressively thinking people.
Интеллектуальный.
Bioresonance therapy is valuable for people under significant physical, intellectual, or emotional load, who frequently fly from city to city. Because when a person changes time zones, they need a period for adaptation, to adjust to the new climate, different food, water, etc. All these factors create multiple disruptions to our organism. First of all, our electromagnetic homeostasis. That means they disturb our natural biorhythm and internal harmonics. Therefore, in order to rapidly return to our usual balanced condition, we need to constantly maintain this balance.
Активное состояние, да, нужно поддерживать.
And for those who understand this fact, biocorrection is an essential tool.
Как раз
It maybe sound stylish for some people, especially when we consider the cost due to certain production limitations. However, this device is created for those who care about their health and value their well-being.
Мы живем в эпоху инноваций.
We live in an
Открытого,
era of
гибкого и
innovation
подвижного
and open, flexible, and active consciousness. DeVita BRT is a unique breakthrough device designed for today's health-conscious people. It is a quintessence of years of experience of the company and healthcare professionals worldwide, systematized and embodied in a compact device. Thanks to DE Holding, for the first time since its advent, bioresonance comes out of the domain of the medical community and into the hands of the public. Technology for the people. It's a great historical event.